connecting. Now we're live. Okay, so we are live, and we are going to go further into the complex, which they say is not associated with the back rooms at all, but it sure looks like it is. Largely because not the backwoods, the back rooms.
The back rooms. Okay.
Yeah, I'm checking to see if we're actually. Oh. Okay, so we're broadcasting, but your volume's a little low. So I'll have to. That's okay. I'll pump you up a little bit so you can. I gotta put it like so. This is test broadcast number 35.
Only 35.
Only 35. And we're actually farther into a game, and I've made it in probably. I don't know. I sat down and played Grand Theft Auto for a bit today, but an hour. I think I played this for like 5 hours total. So I don't know, how long have we played it? We only streamed it once, right? So this is our second stream of it. Let's see. What does it say?
Remember if that first one we streamed or not?
I don't know. Let's see. It says Steam says I've played this for 7.8 hours. Now, I know I haven't played it streaming for 7.8 hours. So I'm suspecting that I accidentally left it on one day. And that was the situation with, yeah. So let's go ahead. I only have done the one tape that we've done. So we're going into the one tape. And I guess the last time we played, we stopped in an elevator. Okay. And
pretty good progress last time, if I recall. 2 or 3 elevators. Okay. I'm not hearing anything at all anymore. I hear nothing. I see nothing. Colonel Hogan? I don't know what's going on anymore. Oh, really? Yeah, well, I can't hear anything else either, so that might have something. Those things are probably related. No one can.
President Biden writes, under my predecessor, Infrastructure Week became a punchline on my watch where
Okay, I heard a little bit of video.
Is the Nvidia picking up?
Getting little snippets of stuff every little after a few seconds in between. Very brief bits. Huh. Yeah, that is weird.
And it has a noise suppression on it. That's really, really good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. These long gaps, you're just you haven't got this talk radio thing down where you just can't have gaps.
Yeah, okay. So you need affirmations.
No, it's not affirmations. It's just general. Uh, you worked at a radio station. You know not to do dead space. I mean, we had a massive amount of dead space there. So
Yeah. Okay.
did John ever talk to you about that? Did John complain you got a lot of dead space in your broadcasts?
That I recall.
He did me.
I don't know.
I know he did me. So yeah, was
I don't think dead space was usually a problem for me. Not
my
that
whole
the things that I was saying made any sense or that kind of thing.
wow. My computer just turned
I
into a
was pretty good
robot.
at rambling.
You now sound like a robot.
I'm sounding like a robot.
You sound like a robot. I cannot.
Yeah, you're kind of sounding a little bit robotic too.
Well, I'm wondering if I've maxed out my ability on my computer to function. Give me a second. Let me restart the.
Also, it sounds like clipping, like when the fine print on the car commercial. You want to try to get that in the fewest seconds possible, so they shorten all the vowels in, and so it's got this weird kind of beat to it.
Should sound better now.
Yeah, Yeah, that's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, it's something to do with this audio program we're using called Voice Meter Banana. But hey, it's working. We're just gonna roll with that as much as we can. Oh, it stopped sharing the screen with you too, didn't it?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Now
Okay.
you got the shared screen. So now
We
we
got the
can.
stream.
What happened was we went into the game and there was a carousel there, and it scared the computer so much. It actually scared the computer so much it crashed the game. It looks like. So it crashed the game and it took a lot of stuff with it. So I don't know whether
Discord telling me Discord is.
I can hear you.
Oh, maybe it's not anymore.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
I got a note that Discord didn't think it was getting any input from my microphone, but that message went away.
Oh, well, maybe that was the problem. Well, like I said, the program seems to have crashed. On the that's funny. I'm looking at the task manager for I'm looking at the task manager for this game to shut it down because it's crashed. And the name of the task manager is called First Person BP Game Template.
Okay.
And then when you expand it, it says the complex underneath it. Like I said, the game's still in production, so I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. So let's see if this works now. We're gonna boot it up again. We're going to attempt to enter the complex. I guess that's an easy way to get out of the complex, is just to we clipped out of
Crash it.
Yeah, we clipped out of the yeah. This game is not connected with any blah 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 history of it. Okay. Share out the screen. Okay. These I really admire these people who do this stuff all the time, constantly, like day in and day out. I always thought it was like, whatever, you just get online, you make a video, you call it good. It's challenging enough when you do it by yourself, let alone when you're trying to do it with somebody else someplace else. It's like right. Yeah, well, hopefully it didn't corrupt our videotape. Okay, we're back in here. Can we get past the carousel? That is the question. All right, attempting to do this again. This is live. Anybody who was watching us live a minute ago obviously turned off because it was a fiasco. But anybody joining us now, I'll go through and edit the video eventually and put it up there.
If I can mute some of this road noise with this window.
Now the funny thing about that is, as I'm looking at this, there's only one way out of that elevator. So it's not like there's a lot of options here. I don't think I missed anything. Nope. Come out. Yeah. It's a sign that says no smoking.
One left turn, then a right turn.
No, it's a left turn.
No choices.
Right turn. No, right turn. You can't go left to get out of the maze, though. Can't follow the left. So there we go. We know what's in here. It's not going to scare us. We also know there's nothing else in here other than it too.
Yeah.
So it's a carousel, but it sort of looks like it's in a casino. So my question is, see, that's a painted ceiling. That's not like an actual sky. So, you hear the music?
Mm-hmm, I do.
Yeah, it's not that exciting. It's standard merry-go-round music, I think. Okay, we're going in here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's like the font that they use for the Carnival cruise lines.
It looks very much like it, yeah.
So it's like a Carnival ghost train cruise line. You know, ghost trains are what they call dark rides. We talked about that last time.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So it's a very dark ride right now.
Yeah. Good thing we got a flashlight.
Yeah. See? Look, I can barely even see over there. See, the lighting
Yeah.
on this is not too bad, but I mean, you know,
Uh-huh.
going back to, you know, this is one person doing this. It's freaking amazing. But I mean, the biggest thing I have with it right now, the only technical glitch other than it crashed on my system, which probably is not surprising because I run so much stuff on my system at one time, is the fact that the lighting, especially for the flashlight, seems a little askew in the sense that sometimes when I hit a dark room, my flashlight doesn't seem to shine far enough in it, but if I turn my flashlight off and then back on again, it gives me the light that it should have given me in the first place.
Is it a Microsoft flashlight?
It might be a Microsoft flashlight.
Run by Windows?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, this game did crash, so on a Windows machine. It's not available on Mac. It's not like we're supporting going out and buying a Windows or a Mac. We're computer agnostic. Well, I'm computer agnostic. I don't know. Are you computer agnostic, Richard?
Yeah. I'm not likely to go out and buy any Apple products, but I'm not against using them.
Yeah. I got old and fell in love with Apple products because they actually work, and I don't have to like tinker around with INI files or
Make them work?
Yeah, I don't have to actually go. You know, the thing about Macs is they work until they break, and when they break bad. So like having to reinstall an OS on a Mac is, if it's really bad hard drive damage, is much more complicated than doing it on a Windows machine. But the chances of you ever having to do that are so small. The big problem with the Mac, like usual, is they cost so much money.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they're coming out with their first VR headset, the VR AR headset. You know, Apple's finally getting into it. And it's gonna be like $5,000. I mean, like, I thought it was expensive when I got my Vive for $700. You know, it was like $5,000 for a headset that you still have to hook to a computer. I think. I don't even think it's standalone. Now, if it's standalone,
I've got cars for less.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right. My first car cost less than that too. But then my MacBook is super expensive. But then it's a work product, so I don't have to really worry about how much it costs. But then again, I can only use it for work stuff, really. So
Right.
it's sort of limited in a sense. I mean, I got this computer so I could, you know, do my gaming stuff and things like podcasting and everything like that without dealing with work issues. And I got it for like 1,300, and it's got a GeForce 360 in it, or 3060 in it, which is, you know, really good video card, versus my Mac, which was like $6,000, and can't do half of what this thing can do.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, oh look, an exit sign. I think it's an exit sign.
Yeah, I think so too. Right next to an elevator.
Is it next to an elevator? Sweet. That was not hard to get out. Do you ever get the feeling that, oh, and then turn my light off?
It's a way out sign like they have in England or in Ireland.
Ah, it's a way out. Do you ever get the
That was
feeling
one thing that I found interesting about Ireland is that there was never an exit anywhere, but there was always a way out.
I'm not even sure how that... Okay. Way out, man.
That's what
Out there.
The signs always pointed to the exit with the words "way out."
Yeah.
I'm like, dude.
Well, I remember that from the Prisoner TV series when he's driving to the car park and yeah. So it was all, he's trying to leave the Secret Service. It's a way out, but it's not a way out. So now my throat is scratchy. Okay, there's not much. That's sort of a dead end over there.
Mm-hmm.
Now I will give you this. This game is effectively creepy, except I think coming back to it a second time and not having the fear of somebody creeping up on behind me and saying, "Hey," because they're not here at the house, tends to make it a little bit more relaxing. And I think if I was here by myself, it would definitely be creepy. But if I was here like with somebody else walking around in here, I probably wouldn't be that upset by it. It'd probably be much more relaxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wandering through
it, talking about Apple computers.
Things are generally less scary when you got somebody with you to talk about Apple computers.
See, so it's probably a good thing you're here so I don't scream like every 30 seconds or something like that. Oh, feel like we walked. Okay, so different carpet. Oh, this is a different thing. It's like a church.
Piano up there.
Our record last week, 122. This week, man, is that $6,110 with a budget of 6,000?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. That's a period, not a comma.
Well, but Europe uses period for the thousand separator.
Yeah, but does that say euro or dollar?
Well, it says dollars. It's got a dollar sign.
So maybe it's somebody British living in America who doesn't know that he should pick one or the other?
My phone's ringing.
No, okay. Is it my fellow countrymen? Hallelujah. Praise Lord. Okay. Okay, maybe this is interesting in here. See, now my safety net's gone, so I don't know. Huh, it's like a break room.
It's Jamie. She says, hey.
Hey, she's on the air. You're on the air with Richard and Mike. Playing a game.
We're streaming on
our crappy YouTube channel. Yeah, on our YouTube channel.
I love you too. Sleep well.
Our amazing.
Bye-bye.
What is she, like 60 some years old? It's only 4:49.
She's in Texas, so it's 10 to 8.
I looked at my Apple Watch and it says that for the last month I've got an average of 3 hours and 15 minutes sleep a night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the average. Oh, I think we came this way.
Yeah,
There wasn't
we
much
did.
here. There wasn't much here. You left and I got scared. Yeah. It's a lot of dead ends.
Yeah,
There was,
well, the confessionals are empty.
yeah, there were. Those aren't confession. There's no confessionals
Well, I
here.
mean,
The pews. There's no.
and
There's a look. There's a coffee room where the church ladies come and make coffee. See? You sit and play pinochle on Wednesdays or something weird like that, I'm sure. And then this is where they were going to put the daycare, obviously. And then this is the choir room where the altar boy.
very small choir room.
Yeah, well, it's a very small church, obviously. I mean, look at the budget and then think of what the heating bill for this place is. I do
They've
like
got
the
a projector up there.
I do like the details though. He's got a screen there. He's got a projector mounted. It looks like it has the correct cables running to it. Now that's a little piece of detail that, really makes this game stand out compared to some other ones.
Yeah.
Because I've looked at a
Well,
few
you don't
other.
seem to have any other option.
Nope,
The church is dead end.
it's a dead end. We're not going to get into a religious discussion about how that's accurate in many ways. But, all right. Now we are back here.
Run back out into the.
Better turn on my flashlight. Oh, I already had it on. Now, see, it shines better now. I was wondering why, when I was watching somebody play a video, he kept turning off his flashlight all the time, and then on, and then off and on. Now I realize it probably was because of the lighting on the system.
Yeah.
But he's, like I said, see, he's totally black. I turn my light off.
Yep.
Turn my light back on. Now I can see. I guess if there's some sort of demonic entity that's sucking the light out of my flashlight, that would be scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
See, now, what does that look like to you?
Looks like a fire alarm.
Yeah, it looks like a fire alarm, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting that you can zoom in and zoom out on things with this game because you're actually looking in a video camera as you're walking around. And when
I know who designed this place, but it's definitely not ADA compliant. This passageway is way too narrow.
Well, if there's other passageways that get you in the same location, they're still covered.
Yeah, still.
Now, some of those areas where you have to crawl down on the ground, yeah, you got a point there. And you're like, wow, check that one out. We didn't come down this one, but it goes back. Oh yeah, we did. That's when we came down. This floor seems pretty linear. There's a lot of walls scattered all over the place, but there's not. It seems to funnel you in a direction. Pretty obviously funnel you in a direction.
Right.
Like, I bet you money that right down there is the exit sign. What do you want to bet? Yeah.
Church Hall.
Yeah.
Pancake breakfast.
What?
Church Hall for pancake breakfast.
Yeah. Well, yeah, a shopping cart too, and a garbage can.
Yeah.
Okay. Seriously. Oh, I turned it off by accident, so. A lot of garbage cans. Again, my biggest problem with walking simulators, can't interact. Well, that's a door, that's not a... Oh, it's a way out sign, it's not an exit sign. Okay. Well, well, look at that.
Broke in here.
There's a shoe.
Yeah.
Can't interact with it, but I bet your money we can crawl through this hole. Now, the fact that I could crawl through that hole without ripping my suit is just unbelievable. I can turn my flashlight off, I guess.
Well, your air supply pack or whatever on your back would barely fit through that by itself.
Okay, you know, this is one of the most terrifying things to me in the world.
Empty mall?
Yep. I had a nightmare about an empty mall when I was in junior high, and ever since then, they've scared the snot out of me. That's why they're in so many of my role-playing games. Cool kids footwear.
Oh, the cool kids footwear.
Yeah, I mean, remember the last one where you
That
guys...
where you get your pumped up kicks?
I guess so. Do they even have pump-up ones anymore?
Better run.
Tango Tacos. Blaze Burgers.
Blaze Burger.
There's a takeaway. Who says takeaway? That must be British. Or some European.
Yeah, that's a British thing.
That's a British thing, too. Serving pizza since 1966. Okay, but here's the question. PIIA. That doesn't... It's... ZE. It's almost like it's a puzzle. PIZEIA. I don't know. Bathroom. Do you notice as long as we've been down here, we haven't had to go to the bathroom yet? I'm not sure they put mechanics in the game for that, but see, this is the other part of malls that I hate, is they have these things running in the backside of the mall, and they're just like, it's like steam tunnels in the at a college. You know, they're naturally creepy and designed to make people... Look, I can't control even the 4 buttons of the game. I'm trying to run down the hall and I'm having a real problem with it. Oh, it's because I'm still crouched. Because it's got 2 levels of crouching. See, does that go back to the mall? Does that go down into a steam tunnel? Or somebody's giant maw? I went through and was reading a bunch of the reviews for the game. And so maybe that's why I'm not so much on edge either. They said there's like minimal entities in the game at this point in time. Like, okay. Well, I was going to go down to Mike Lindell's store. Did you see that at the end? They had a My Pillow Day store at the end of the mall. Said Lindell's.
I saw the name Lindell. I didn't make the connection.
No. Well, I'm not sure there really is a connection to that, but I was just, But there's stairs here.
Back up to the wallpaper.
Wait a second. There's something making beeps.
I don't hear any beeps.
It was really, really quiet. And it was over here. It was like 4 tones. Do, do, do.
Oh, I heard that as a flute playing.
Oh, hear it now. Maybe it was somebody outside your window like that damn dog last time. The most terrifying thing about this was all the noise outside Richard's house that made me jump. Alright.
I had to close the window for the highway noise.
Yeah, this would be a bad thing about traveling around in here with another person, though. Should be gabbing so much you miss things like that.
Yeah.
Something could jump out at you and get you way faster because you're not paying attention, because you're arguing about the merits of Macintosh versus PCs or Xbox versus PlayStation. Okay, I hear music.
Wire.
It's barbed wire. Not only is it designed to keep you from going across, it's designed to keep the cattle as well.
Right.
Okay, that's a little disturbing.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like shoots? Like, you know. Okay, that's even more disturbing. I hear something.
Stalls.
What?
Like little stalls.
No, this one goes behind everything. It looked like a dead end, but I guess not. See?
Spaces like that up above makes you think maybe there's got to be some kind of jumping mechanism somewhere.
Well, like I said, this game is still in early access, so you know, it's still in early access, so who knows what features are going to add to it. Now, he released this game. Initially, he made a game called The Complex, which was really well received, and was just basically a demo of this. And some of the reviews said, "Oh, this was just a larger area, but it didn't have anything really new." I can't really compare because I didn't play the demo. I just immediately jumped into this game because I figured it's a good walking sim that I can walk around with you in and not have to worry about whether your computer could not. What was that? That must have been my computer or your computer.
Here's something. No, I don't think it's mine.
No, no. Probably our audio problems. Can't tell the difference between audio problems and actual jump scares. That's great. We're really... Oh, another train station. Okay. Let's see where we're going to go this time. I'll tell you this. It's pretty big. This world.
Yeah. There it goes.
Yeah, it looks a little black out there. How much money do you think it takes to make a place like this?
What was that?
How much money do you think it takes to make a place like this?
Oh,
Oh, I blacked out there for a
make a
moment.
real place like this? Millions.
Millions. I'd say billions. Now, there's a newspaper here. What's it say? All these papers say the same thing. All prepare for major something or other. Again, it's a great amount of detail, and it's nice to see the amount of detail spent on it, but it has a lot of room to grow on and everything, and I think he's got a great start here, and at $10 a pop, hopefully he's making a good chunk of change on it, you know?
Yeah.
But the problem with things like this is it is backroom, so I'm not sure how long the fad's going to last and how long he's going to want to spend time.
Yeah.
Did I just turn around and walk back the same direction I did? How long he's going to want to spend time on this project and not move on to something else. Because although it is pretty cool, honestly, with all the backroom mythology that's been going on and everything, people really haven't been doing a lot with it other than making it about a bunch of jump scares. When you get down to it, much like we talk about with the whole, we'll tie the actual site and religion into it right here. The whole absurd notion of a place like this, leads to severe. I mean, okay, so the initial takeaway from this of abandonment inside a large complex that's you have to navigate your way out of, and that some entities may exist in, but some maybe not, but you don't know. Okay,
right.
That you can ingest pretty quickly, but taking it anywhere past that, was it a dead end around here? Taking it past that is something that people don't seem to have done. You know, like what actually is the point of this behind just using liminal space to create a sense of what do you call existential terror? Because that's really what it is. It's something that can't exist in the real world. It's something that you're trapped in alone. One of Dante's circles of hell is largely, it came down that way, right? So I'm going this way. One of Dante's circles of hell has people trapped in an unending maze of a crypt. You know, so there's a whole question about you know, is this a representation of that? Is this what is it a representation of? And there's so many things that you can build off of this, but nobody really has.
You could have clues on the walls periodically.
Well, some games do
tell a story or something.
Yeah, some games do, and I'm sure he's going to add those elements in. If he continues on developing the game further, I'm sure he will add those elements into the game. But I'm talking about the backrooms concept as a whole. On a I don't want to say global. We'll come back to the door. I don't want to say on a global level, but that's really what it is. On a mental global level, on a philosophical level. I mean, you can get the point of it pretty easy right now, just by dealing with this right here, and it's pretty explanatory. But the question is, where does it go from here? Liminal spaces themselves are terrifying in ways, especially if you're like by yourself. Granted, talking to you while I'm doing it, not so much terrifying, but if I was by myself in this environment, I'd probably be shitting my suit several times over. But we're watching this show called Severance, and I would really recommend you watch it, but it's on Apple TV, so I'm not sure you'd want to pay the $6 for the month you have to use it to watch it. But it is definitely worth, and that you might want to pay that money because they also did Isaac Asimov's Foundation series on there.
Yeah, I've always been curious about that.
So, you know, pay the I would say pay the 5 months, $5 for the month, $5 for the month, and just shotgun both of them. But Severance is interesting.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's what Severance. We do. That's what we do. Like when the new season of Walking Dead comes out, we subscribe after it's all out for like a week, watch everything, and then be done with it. But Severance it's interesting. This guy works for a company and he goes through the severance process to work in the basement because the information's so secure there. They set up his brain so his brain is actually two different functional pieces. So when you go down the elevator, you are in your work environment and you only know things about your work environment. Uh-oh. It took over for me. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. This is not... We hit a story point. Is something going to push me over the edge?
I'm going to go look down the hole.
Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well.
Cut up to us again.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay. So.
Damage.
Yeah. Well, it's not coming down after me. That's a plus. The minute it started moving and I wasn't controlling it, I knew something was going to happen. So it wasn't that. It could have been a much more terrifying jump scare if it wanted to be. So anyway, when they go downstairs, they only have the memories that they have when they're at work. And when they go up the elevator, they only have the memories that they have outside of work. So your work life is really severed from your home life. And the building in the basement they work in is basically a very liminal space, much like this. It's a huge maze of hallways that make no sense. And I would really suggest to anybody who's watching, if anybody's watching, who knows. Oh, look. Hey, we might have made it out. I would really suggest to anybody who's watching to spend the money for Apple TV for a freaking month. And it's only like 10 episodes long. I don't like holes in the ceiling now. I hear a noise. So, and watch it. Because it's one of the... I've actually found it slightly disturbing on the level that we didn't watch it for the last 2 days, because the last day for sure, because I just needed a break from it because it was a little too tense. And it's not like, oh my god, who's gonna kill who type tense. It's like, what the fuck's going on type tense. I hear somebody talking. Hey, look, I think I made it out. I think we made it out. Wow. Or at least
Is anyone in there?
I hear me yelling for people.
Go.
Well, we know for a fact that we've had people over here.
Yeah.
Because otherwise
I said go up.
Huh?
I said go up.
I go up the steps over here? Me and my wife were watching the show, and I have a feeling it's definitely going to be a show that there's not like a sequel or season 2 to or anything, which is good because I'm getting tired of all these season 2 shows that set up season 2 or set up season 3 and then get canceled. And you're like, what the hell? I'm getting really sick of those. but at the same time, I don't. The other thing is like when a season is done or a show's done, if it has a good solid ending, is it locked? That's the first locked door we found. Where you don't get like answers to what's going on, much like the Prisoner TV series. But honestly, there's some shows and some premises and everything like that it doesn't upset you if you don't know. It almost makes it better that you don't know. And you can run with your own wild mindsets. Oh, that's the big company that we work that this place is. Now, why in the heck do I lean down that far? No signal. Go figure. Now, this is supposed to take place at
15 minutes away from...
Oh, yeah.
We are 15 minutes away from our game for tonight.
Yeah, that's right. This is 1988, supposedly. Do you remember projectors like that in 1988? I don't remember projectors like that.
I don't remember seeing anything like that until 2000s.
Yeah. We got 15 minutes. We'll see if we survive. We're so close to the end, maybe. Who knows? Possibly. It seems like it.
Yeah.
We've gotten to a spot that seems much more like a real office. Another room.
Wait. No.
Okay, that's not good.
Light turned red. Oh.
The projector's spinning around. I can't move or do anything.
That's weird.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Yeah, that's the other part of the back rooms with the found footage stuff. Most of the backroom stuff is at the very end of it, you basically wind up showing back up in the real world and falling out of the sky. So like you unclip and everything. So this doesn't surprise me as far as an ending to the game. It does lead me towards that whole people not doing a lot with the concept of the back room, as well as what is he going to go do with this further. I mean, it's one thing if you have like a ending that doesn't make sense, that has like some sort of sense of purpose behind it, like The Prisoner. We'll take The Prisoner for instance. Number 6 escapes into London after super weird stuff happens all over the place. But, there's a sense of potential continuation. I guess there's a sense of potential continuation here, but in The Prisoner, there was a lot more things that needed investigating. There's a lot more things that were loose ends that you can tie up. Whereas a lot of these backroom ones, is you wander around some place really creepy. There's some creatures from another dimension that are really dangerous, and then you fall to your death. And I will say this: it does stick with the backrooms concept. It works really well. It does build off that mythology, but I am sort of disappointed with the ending.
Yeah.
Because just falling out of the sky, yeah, I don't know. There's another one.
There's the creepy puppet thing. Never actually pays off at all.
No. I mean, for the amount of time we spent on it, and for the amount of money that was paid for it, it was good. It was worth it. It was an experience. You know, it was a walking simulator experience. But I don't know if it was. And when he's coming here and doing a co-op, is planned out for the full release of the game, it makes me wonder what co-op is actually going to do. Is it going to, like I said, one of the biggest issues with any of these type of games that I've had, other than I just don't like jump scares, is the fact that you're not interacting with the environment though. You're experiencing the environment, but you're not interacting with the environment, and so there's no semblance of actually having any impact on the world itself. I mean, even the ability to pick up a chair and put it in front of one of those vents to crawl up in the event, even if it didn't do anything other than take you to another part of the maze, and that's all it did, still gives you a little bit more of a buy-in into this is more than just a visual experience. This is an experience itself of some way. You're making some change to the environment. Now, again, like I said, it's definitely,
I'm with you on that.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Like I said, it's definitely worth the $10. I'm not upset. I spent $10 on it, and it definitely was beautifully done. And I think it's one of the best ones I've seen that about liminal spaces and the back rooms. But there are a couple more I want to try. We'll have to look at those later. But I think this wraps up the expedition for us because I don't see a lot of replay value in it right now. But it's definitely something we need to keep an eye on. But it's in my library, so when updates come out, I'll be notified and everything. So
Cool.
For everybody out there who's actually watching or even thinking about watching or had any inclination to follow up or watch later on, this is Michael.
Sure.
Yeah. What? You said Churd.
And I said, and Richard.
Oh, well, I didn't catch that. I just caught Churd. Like Churd. And we were playing a game called The Complex Expedition. And truly was pretty good. So, thank you, everybody, and have a good night.